Hi, I'm Maddie Davis with the W. We're here with Mr. Schenker talking about the turf field bond here at Westlake High School. Mr. Schenker, what are the long-term benefits of having a turf field?
So, I mean, with the amount of renovations that are going on with this project, first, it's not just turf. We're going to be actually doing other things with other athletic fields. So, but let's talk about turf. I mean, the turf field, if we look at all of our surrounding high schools, really have moved in this direction a number of years ago. And really the benefits are multi-sport teams being able to play on a field without it actually wearing down, as we've all noticed what happens to our grass about midway through our fall season and then all the way through the rest of the year. So you get benefit of having multi-sports on the same field without having real drastic damage to a field. You get play during bad weather. You get to start your seasons earlier because in our current field condition right now, if you think about what happens as we get all the rain and the snow and everything melts, even though other teams in other districts are out, as quickly as March 14th will be our opening for spring, we would be waiting weeks until our fields dried. So there's a lot of benefits in terms of timing and in terms of actual overall use.
And what are the pros and cons of like a turf field? Is there more maintenance, less maintenance for it?
So, I mean, if you compare the two, there's actually less day-to-day and week-to-week maintenance on a turf field because you are really dealing with lines that are already obviously securely painted or built into the actual turf. You're not dealing with routine maintenance of seeding and all the other things that go, watering the field. So you save in those areas, and as I said before, you save in the amount of use you actually can put on that field. The cons, there are stories out there, right? There are pieces you can certainly find research and talk about turf and what's turf's impact, right? Yeah, what's turf impact on athletes?
Yeah.
I would caution everybody to look at the real research. We are latecomers to this game, right? There's a lot of years, decades of now turf use.
Yeah.
And if it was something that was really substantially impactful, you probably wouldn't be seeing them in schools.
And what is the impact on our physical education classes while the construction is underway?
So it's a good question because as you think about a project of this scope touching every single athletic field in some way, shape, or form, you have to do it in a way that actually is calendared and kind of systematic, right? So you have to think about phasing in when do you touch one field and close one field. So PE classes will be, there'll be changes in terms of their program, in terms of what fields they might use on the outside. But the way they'll stage a project, if it all goes well with the bond vote this month, they'll stage it in such a way that there's always fields in use while one is down. And obviously the first and most, I would say, extensive one is our main field.
Track.
Yeah, the main complex and field. So it is beyond simply the turf itself. It is a redoing of our track. It's the addition of lighting and a real kind of redoing of the entire kind of press box and pad area. So there's a lot of work that'll go on in that area first, and then they'll start branching out to the other fields. So there should always be some field accessibility for both middle school and high school use.
Got it. And they think the first field's gonna be done in the summer?
So it'll definitely begin as soon as graduation kind of ends that year. It'll begin. They'll hit the ground running. It probably will in that year, based on current estimates. It'll probably bring us into actually the fall before it's completed. So there'll be some adjustments to games and sports. But again, it's a small price to pay to get actually an upgraded facility.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been Maddie Davis with the W.
My pleasure. Thank you.